I finally got everything that I need to rebuild my complete water pump system, and from the thermostat to the thermostat cover, the bleeding screw that I messed up the first time that I did it. I'm gonna be replacing the whole water pump with the cover. I'm probably gonna do a separate video on how to rebuild it, because you can just rebuild the inner parts. You can get all the parts, all the bearings and the oil seal, so you can rebuild it, or you can just get a whole new brand cover like I'm gonna do in my case, because this one is already looking really ugly. I have not been able to get rid of all that steam and all those oil marks. Since I want to make it look like really nice and with the new hoses and everything, I finally was able to find the red hoses, man. That's been like an impossible to find, and I got them from BGM Supercharge, what they call here, BGM Pro Supercharge. And I actually got the water pump cover as well, and I got literally everything to be able to replace and rebuild my whole water pump system. So as you can see, I got all the parts here. I got a really high quality clamps made from Samco. I was trying to get the Samco hoses, but then I figured out that if you want to get the red hoses or any other color, there are two brands that sell these kind of hoses for Vespa, the BGM and the Samco. But if you go with the Samco ones, you're only gonna get the hose from here to the bottom. There's two big ones, and there is like a smaller one here behind that you don't really see. But if you go with the B&G, they actually include the one that goes with the thermostat cover that is on top of the engine. So I think this is actually a better option if you are looking to replace more in the static part. If you want to change the color of the hoses, that one on top of the engine is gonna look really nice, racing style and all. And these two as well. They don't include the little one behind because you don't really see it, and hopefully it's in good condition still, because I really wanted to replace my hoses because I got like a big crack here and it's been leaking. My water pump is already at 31,000 miles. It haven't shown any signs of going out at all. It's not leaking or anything. I don't hear any noise or anything. It's just been leaking through here, through the hose and those cracks, and sometimes here in the bottom when I ride it for too long. And I think it's just like the O-ring that is just going out the last time that I did it. So I'm gonna take advantage and I'm gonna do everything on it. So as you can see, I got the CNC water pump cover from SIP Performance. This is a really well made thermostat cover. The original from Piaggio is a plastic one, and I have seen those crack here in the top with time. If you screw the bleeding screw too hard, it's gonna mess it up and it's gonna start leaking, so you have to like do a like quick fix. Like I did a video about that a while ago. It's really good if you get the CNC cover one. So as you can see, I got a new thermostat. I got the bleeding screw brand new with all the O-rings. I got new screws for the cover, everything. You actually will need a high temperature silicone sealant to replace here the cables when you install the new cover. And as you can see, look at this baby, it's completely brand new, man. This thing is kind of expensive. I think I paid 200 bucks in Scooter West for this one. They have it available, couldn't find it anywhere else. And I also got the B&G Pro Supercharge water pump cover, and as you can see, look at that beauty, man. Really well made. Oh, look at that beauty. Really well built, seems really high quality. And this one even have like a drain plug here in the bottom. Haven't seen any other aftermarket cover with that option, with that feature there, and that's actually really nice. So I'm gonna try this one out. This one was a little bit cheaper than the Cilioni. The Cilioni is actually, I think it's kind of overpriced. You know, paying 170, 180 bucks for this cover. Ah man, it's too hard to do it. It's really nice because it comes with the O-ring already, but I already got one myself just in case. So I'm probably gonna be using the one that I already got. Got all the little O-rings to put on the bleeding screw. This one as well for the water pump cover. I got the rubber cap for the bleeding screw as well. Of course, you will need the main gasket for the water pump cover. It's really important. You need to get a new one because the old one is not reusable. Also got that, all the brand new screws. And as you can see, I got the engine ice coolant made here in the United States. I'm gonna be testing this out on the Vespa. I have seen a lot of people using this lately on the Vespas, and it seems to be really well. And I'm actually really curious, since it's gonna get really hot here in Florida pretty soon in summer. This actually is gonna help out a lot to keep the engine cool. So I'm gonna give those a shot. I haven't done a coolant flush on my bike like about maybe almost 2 years. I did it when it had 9,000 miles and it's already at 31. So I think it's actually a great time to do a good flush. I got the still water so we can clean up the system really well after we drain the old coolant. And I got the hoses. As you can see, look at these babies. It's really nice because this company includes all the clamps, but these clamps are actually not really high quality. as the Senko ones because they have all the thread here in the inside. The Senko branded are completely smooth in the inside and they seems to be a little stronger, and this was kind of expensive for that. I think I paid like 20-30 bucks for these keto clamps. Here are the nice hoses, B&G branded, but they're actually the same quality as the Senko ones. They only changed the logo pretty much. They are exactly the same quality. So this is the one that goes here, this is the one that goes on the top, this one is the one that goes on top of the engine with the thermostat cover. So that's gonna go there on top of the engine. It's gonna look really nice. So this is the boring part of doing the hose replacement. So you can get away if your pump is going out, you can just replace the pump without, you know, doing all this, without replacing any hoses. If your hoses are still in good condition, these things last a long time. I think they last the life of the bike. You know, you don't need to replace them all the time. So mine got a crack here because I got like a bracket here where I put my LEDs in a while back, and also from the crash bar it started rubbing there and it made like a little hole on it. So I guess it's a good time to replace it and make it look nice. So I'm gonna start by disassembling the bike. I'm not sure if I want to take the glove box off the bike at all, so I'm gonna try to get access to the hose from the floor mat. So I'm gonna actually start by flushing the coolant so I can disconnect the hoses and everything, and once I have done that I'm gonna replace the hoses, and once I have the new hoses installed in place I'm gonna drop the engine. At that point I'm also gonna take advantage and do my valve adjustment, get all the new gasket, replace my spark plug and everything. So let's start flushing the bike and see how it goes. Let's get into it. Oh well, it's been actually a few months since I did the whole water pump rebuild with the new hoses and the new water pump and everything. It was pretty straightforward. It wasn't not too complicated as I was expecting to, because since I just replaced the entire cover, I didn't have to do anything with the oil seals and, you know, rebuilding the water pump itself. So that was kind of easy, you know, if you get the whole cover instead of just swapping the parts. So but if you want to go cheaper, you can, you know, replace just the parts, the inner parts of the water pump, and it will be a lot more cheaper than if you buy the whole cover, you know. The hoses are being like amazing. I love the look of it. I really like everything about it. So look at this cup here waiting for someone. Thankfully I have my Atlas enabled, so I can avoid getting in trouble with the cops. Keeping up the limit speed so I don't get caught by the cops. That's why I love using my Atlas. See? Helping me keep up the speed pretty nicely. But look at that wobbling, look at that wobbling. Ah man, how I hate it. have to find a solution for that. Anyways, it was a really easy installation at the end of the day, because I didn't have to disassemble the whole, you know, glove box and floor and everything. So I was able to get my hands through the little holes, you know, opening gap from the floor. It was straightforward. It was not like, it took me maybe like an hour or so, you know, to run all the hoses, remove the old ones, do the water pump flush with the new coolant and everything. And that's actually something that I want to talk about, and it's the engine eyes. I've been using that engine eye since I put it on. It's been probably like 4 or 5 months, like basically the whole summer. And man, I'm really impressed by the performance of that engine eyes, to be honest. I was not expecting it to be that good. The last few summers that I've been with this Vespa, that I've been riding around and anything, every time that I go out for like an hour or something, the fan keeps going on and on and on, you know, to keep the bike cool. But with these engine eyes, that has reduced like a lot. Like my fan is not going on as often as it used to be, and I think it's because of that engine eyes, you know, keeps the temperature of the engine a lot more cooler than the AGIP coolant that comes with the bike, you know, or any other 50 by 50 antifreeze coolant. But the engine eyes been surprising to me. That was just gonna like an update that I wanted to, you know, toggle at the end of this video, just to give you my experience with all the new motul oils and products and all the new fluids that I've been putting on my bike. So I'm really happy with that. I highly recommend it. I haven't had any issues with it as far as I'm concerned. I don't think there is anything different in the chemical aspects or anything, so it should be a good choice for the Vespa. So I give it my thumbs up. I really recommend it. But well, I'm done with this video. I hope you find it helpful. I hope you enjoy as much as I did doing all this work. So make sure to click that like button if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more great content, and share with your friends. See you on the next one. Thank you. Peace.